Elliotte, a lot of chatter about the Toronto Maple Leafs and Nate Schmidt and Colin Miller, but you can weigh in on that. But you kind of stoked some fires yesterday by just sort of wondering aloud on the TV side with our buddies Tim and Sid about Marleau and Thornton as well. Maybe you can dig a little deeper into that in terms of your thoughts and what the Leafs might be thinking about those two and others.
Eric, it's kind of funny. Like, as I was opening my mouth on that, I'm like, oh, man, I'm going to regret this.
Yeah.
And because in this day and age, like, you can't wonder anything, just is it possible without it turning into, like, just a five-alarm blaze. And, the one thing is, I do think the Maple Leafs are in go-for-it mode. They're sitting there saying, we've got a year till we have to pay Nylander. We've got 2 years till we have to play Matthews and pay Matthews and Marner. So we have to go for it now. And if Matthews continues playing the way he played last year, we're going to look at whatever Connor McDavid signs for and say that's probably where Matthews is going to be too. So, you have to go for it the next 2 years. I just look at, and the Leafs are so hard to get information out of that you kind of just have to guess. What could they be thinking? Well, I think in San Jose, they're going to sign their goalie, Martin Jones, to an extension on July 1st. He's got another year left on his contract. I think they're going to sign Mark-Edward Vlasic, a great defenseman, to an extension right around July 1st. I think those two deals are pretty done. And after that, I think they're going to turn to Marleau and Thornton, and I just wonder if they're going to be able to do both of them. And these are both guys who have a connection to Mike Babcock. Marleau has won 2 gold medals with him, and Thornton won a gold medal and a World Cup with Babcock. I just wonder if that's the kind of player that they would say, we'll give you 1 or 2 years, and you can come be with us as we try to win a Stanley Cup during that time. And, it may not be the case. There's some logic to it. The one thing somebody pointed out to me last night we were talking about is how is Joe Thornton going to survive under Lou Lamoriello's no-beard policy? Like, there's just no way this is going to be able to work. So maybe I'm completely wrong about that one.
Elliotte, this draft is a little different than the last couple. Couple, you had the definitive number 1 picks, Austin Matthews, Connor McDavid. This year, it's a little bit of a toss-up depending on which mock draft you look at. Nolan Patrick, Nico Hischier. If you were a betting man, and I know you are.
Yeah. I wasn't very successful earlier this week, but okay.
Who would you pick first overall?
If I had to bet, Hugh, I would say that I would lean towards Hischier going number 1.
Really?
That's what I would lean to. And I'm not saying that I 100% think that's going to happen, but you've kind of thrown down the gauntlet. I don't like to run away from a challenge. I would say it's probably Hischier. Now, the one thing is, like, New Jersey, they really like the defenseman Cale Makar. Ray Shero knows him. I believe his kids played with him at one point. Ray Shero, one of Shero's close friends in hockey is Greg Carville, who's the coach at the University of Massachusetts, and Makar is going to be going there. There's a lot of tie-ins there. I'm just not sure that Shero wants to draft the kid first overall. But if there's a wild card, that's the wild card.